What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It has officially been over 50 days since I deleted social media. It's actually kind of closer to 60. I intended on making this video once I hit day 30 of no social media, but things happen. A lot has changed since my last few videos. I'm in a completely new place, all of that. There's just been a lot going on. And, I haven't been making videos like I should. I haven't been consistent like I should. But anyways, I just wanted to share some of the things that I noticed have changed since I deleted it. And just some things that have been different in my life since then. So I have a few different points that I would like to go over. So we're just going to get right into it and start with point number one. And that is, since I've deleted social media, I've just kind of been learning to be myself. And even though I'm not in a place where I'm really enjoying being myself, I'm not happy with who I am, it's nice that I'm not so much trying to be somebody else though. I'm trying to step into this light of being Zach, whoever Zach is, and I'm not perfect in that, obviously, and I'm still trying to learn exactly who Zach is and try to get out of some of the mess Zach has put himself in. But it's still kind of refreshing though that I'm not so focused on everybody else's lives and just everything going on in the world, not staying so caught up on social media, what's going on in these celebrities' lives, these people that I look up to's lives. It's just nice to not have always be so caught up in that. Don't get me wrong, it was hard along the way, especially artists that I really like listening to, not seeing what they're posting and maybe am I missing music from them? Which, I mean, I stayed pretty much up to date on music, but it was, some of that was weird. And, those are kind of the good things of social media, but I know I just was in a place that I really had to get rid of it for at least a while. But more to that point, I didn't really expect me to just completely know who I was after just deleting social media, but I knew it was a step in the right direction, and I do not regret my decision. And my second point, it kind of segues into that first point, but just kind of a different area of it. And it's that I'm not comparing myself to other people so much, which is, something I really did a lot, especially in the space that I'm trying to be. I have a video where I dived deeper into it, or dove, whatever the word is. But trying to be what I want to be, which is a content creator, while you're seeing all these other people create so much content, and especially when you're first starting out, they're a million times better at it than you are. That's a really hard place to be in, because there's people that you look up to, but it's not so much in a healthy way, and you're really comparing yourself to them. But the reality is they are just so much further along in their life than I am, and they had been doing it longer than I have. But even though in the back of my mind I knew that, I didn't really choose to believe it. And so I just kept comparing myself to these people, and even people doing completely different things than I was. Just if they even seemed happier than I was, I would be doing that. So, but I'm the person that really struggles with confidence and self-esteem. So all the people that I was seeing and comparing myself to, it just made it even worse. My third point is that my relationship with God has gotten better. And whenever I was kind of brainstorming for this video, making sure I covered everything that I really wanted to talk about, I wrote a lot for this point. And instead of me just memorizing it, trying to, repeat it, I'm just gonna read it because I really like the way that I put it when I was writing it. So I'm just gonna read it to you guys. So it starts with, for a really long time, I struggled in my walk with God. I was always trying to please him, and when I would sin, I would go a day or more without praying because I didn't feel worthy of his love. As I was using social media, I would see so many Christians, making it seem like I had to be this perfect person that I knew I could never be. It was a standard I could never reach, and it really pushed me away from God. Since I've deleted social media, I don't have to see all of these perfect people. I can just focus on my own relationship with Jesus. If you watched the first video I made about deleting social media, you remember me saying that I would not be deleting YouTube because a good bit of the content I consume on there is actually good for me. The point I'm making with that is I watched Young Don and Gideon's debate about what it takes to be saved. If you have not watched that, and maybe you're struggling with your faith, or you're just in the Christian space, I really suggest you watch that. It was a really good debate from them too. But anyways, back to what I was saying, is it spoke so much to me, and it really made me feel more free in my relationship with God. But I think I'm gonna make a separate video where I dive more into that. But to really keep it short, I have grown up knowing that Jesus died for your sins. Like, that was how I was raised and everything. But I had a lot of trouble like accepting that and believing that for my life. And I even tried to do this thing where like I was earning God's love, and that if I mess up, God didn't love me anymore. And it was like this thing that I was always trying to chase, and I could never reach it. And a lot of it really did come from my social media use and the things that I would see these Christians be saying, and it really messed with me. And there would be times where I would go weeks where I didn't want a lot to do with God, because it was like I never could get a peace about my walk with him. Like, it was always like I was trying to be this perfect person and I had to earn his love, and I just didn't really rock with that, you know? And since I'm coming around to this new place where it's just like, you don't deserve God's love. None of us do. There is not a single perfect person on this earth, and there's nothing that I could do that would make him love me less. And walking in that, knowing that he died for my sins, that no matter what I do, he is going to love me, and as long as I believe, I'm going to make it to heaven. Now, that doesn't give me the free will to sin. That's not what I'm saying. But he died for my sins, and just walking in that free, I don't know what the word would be, but just walking in that freeness, I guess, if that's a word, it has been really nice. And I would say this is the most peace that I've felt about my walk with God ever. And my final point, number 4, is that I'm not so addicted to my phone. I spent so much time on my phone. I would like put it down, pick it right back up, like really bad. And I'm not going to say that I've gotten completely away from that, because I still think I spend too much time on my phone, but it's not near as bad. Like, I don't feel so glued to my phone like I used to. You know, like if I was on TikTok, you could catch me maybe spend a couple hours on it. Like, that didn't happen a lot, but that did happen a few times. But I would spend just way more time than I really knew I should be spending on the app. And when I'm going back thinking about it now, I don't understand why I did it, just because of how much social media stressed me out and really just left me with this uncomfortable feeling in my chest. I don't really know why I spent so much time on the app that caused me to have these negative thoughts, have this negative feeling about it. But yeah, I still devoted hours a day to using it. But I don't want this video to be super long. I'm not even sure how far in I am right now. But I just want to give my final thoughts and just kind of wrap the video up. And in the end, I would say overall, if I could kind of summarize it into one sentence, I do not regret deleting social media. It has been very nice to not have, and it has saved me a lot of stress. That was a run-on sentence, but I condensed it into one. I mean, you can see just in the 4 points that I made how much stress was caused from all of it, and it just, in the end, the bad outweighed the good. Now you might ask yourself, Zach, do you plan on using it again? Like, are you ever gonna download social media again? And it's a question that I don't really know the answer to. I am in therapy right now, and that is something that me and my therapist are going to talk about, because at the end of the day, I do want to be a content creator. So do I really need to have these apps deleted? And it's really more about me learning, especially with the therapy, like learning not to get so addicted to the phone and the app and spend too much time on it, but to learn how to spend a healthy amount of time on it. And even more than that, learn not to compare myself to these other people, and how to healthily, is that a word? I don't know, healthily use social media. So to answer the question, I will probably download it back at some point, but it's not right now. Like, I'm not ready for it right now. I've already found myself kind of drifting to this thing where I'm using YouTube Shorts a good bit, you know, kind of like using it as my TikTok replacement. And I haven't been doing that until recently, since I've passed the 30 days. But I definitely don't use it as much as I was using TikTok, but I have caught myself like, hey, you need to chill, you're using this a bit much. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on my 30-day social media cleanse. It didn't do as much as I thought it would, and that's simply because of the fact that I had way too high hopes for it. Like, I just thought for some reason like this was gonna change my life, and that's just not something to really expect with it. Can you expect it to help you out in some things? Yeah. And, you know, I feel like I could have gone more extreme on it and maybe it would have helped me out more. I don't know. But I'm also just not like in the best place personally, like mentally and things. So there's a lot of other things going on outside of just being addicted to social media. But would I recommend it to other people? Absolutely, yes. I just think as a culture and as a society, we spend way too much time on our phones. We forget to enjoy the little things. We forget to be thankful for the things that we have that so many other people don't have. So yes, I absolutely recommend it. If you made it this far into the video, I really do appreciate it. All I ask is that you would leave a like. That helps YouTube push it to more people so that they can see it. And if this is like your first time or maybe fourth or fifth time seeing me and you're not subscribed yet, but you're really enjoying the videos, make sure you do that. I really do appreciate that as well. But I believe that is everything I've got to say in this video. Again, I appreciate you guys watching and I will catch you in the next one.